this tutorial I'm going to talk to you about creating masks and how you can maybe create this kind of thing. This tutorial will be getting a little bit more advanced. Make sure you understand the basics before you move to this more advanced tutorial. Okay, so I have got two layers. Got some flowers and I've got a silhouette of a lady. So what I want to do is, hang on, to move tool, I'm just going to put the flowers at the front. I want to put the flowers inside the lady. Okay, so if we were going to use some of the techniques that I've already taught you, we need to make a selection of this lady. So we might go to the quick selection tool, make sure you're on the right layer, and we might select her, something like that. We then might go to the move tool, go with this layer. Oh no, that's not going to work. This one would need to be on top first, or that's not going to work. So let's do that again. Sorry. Quick selection tool. Okay, so I've selected her. And then if I press delete on this layer, then the flowers would show through. So let's try that. Ta-da, we've kind of done it. Bit of a bad effort though, really. If we look at the edges, if I zoom in on it, just Command and D it. It's a bit shoddy, but it kind of worked, and that's the way I've showed you. I'm going to show you another way which is better. Okay, so a better way of doing it would be to create a mask so that I'm not actually deleting anything from the layer and it's not destructive. So to do that, I'm going to, instead of press delete, I'm going to select create a mask. There we go, add layer mask. Okay, so as you can see, it hasn't deleted anything, the image is still there, hasn't got any big holes in it. And what's happened is with the selection, it's made a mask out of the selection, which was her. And then everything else that wasn't in the selection, it's kind of temporarily deleted. And you can see a picture of what the mask looks like. Now I actually want it the other way around, I want the flowers inside her. So I'm going to revert the mask by just going Command and I, not revert, inverse, Command and I. Okay, so that's what we had last time as well. So the great thing about masks is before I had this, but I couldn't get anything left of this layer. I deleted it, but I can actually get things back now. So if I just zoom in on it, right, you've got to select the mask. Now white is going to, whatever it shows that is white is going to show this lady. Yeah, the dark lady with the birds. And whatever is black is going to make it disappear, which then means the flower image is going to shine through. So what I can do is I can go with paintbrush. You can make the paintbrush bigger or smaller by using the brackets. Okay, paintbrush, and you can select black and white, which should already come up automatically down here. So watch what happens when I actually paint black. Okay, can you see that it's deleting the bird lady and the flower lady is coming back through? Okay, now if I decide, oh, I didn't want to do that, that was a bit stupid, I can press X and now I'm painted with white, or I can just click on the white. Okay, and now when I paint, I'm painting back in bird lady. So if I wanted to, there we go, I can get bird lady back. So before, when you press delete, you've had it, that's it. But with this technique, I can always get back the layer if I've messed up. So I'm going to press X again. Let's take this out. This was just an image I've got off the internet, so it's a bit pixelated. So now what I could do is go around the edges, I could zoom in, I could smarten this all up. Pointless doing because it's all pixelated. So you could go in and you could sort it out like that. We could move this flower layer with the move tool, so it actually covers there. Or we could just stretch it, shift, and then you can move it around. So the beauty of a mask is that you are never deleting the layer, you're just kind of hiding bits of the layer temporarily, which you can always retrieve. When you're using the brush tool to paint the layer back in or back out, you can change the type of brush. So I was painting with a soft brush, you can have a hard brush, so the edge isn't going to be as faded, it's entirely up to you, and obviously you can change the size. So be careful not to do what I've just done, I did that on purpose, honest. Can you see I've selected the actual layer? Can you see the white bits around the edge? That's why it painted black on the layer. So I'm just going to edit and undo that. You've got to make sure you've selected the mask. You see the difference, and now the other layers shine through, and then I can just X to go back to white, make that brush bigger. There we go. Something else with masks to be aware of. When you're painting, if you want, you can paint with 100% opacity, which means that it's completely getting rid of it and it will go black. Or if you want, you can put the opacity down to maybe 50%, like I've just done here. And now when I start to paint, can you see how it's only half? It's not fully getting rid of Bird Lady. And if you look on the layer, you'll see it started to paint in grey. So it's just slightly, it's just sort of half showing through the layer. Now if I keep painting on top of this, you've got to keep clicking and unclicking. Eventually it will go black, which means it is completely, the layer is completely showing through. Okay, the checky just means that that bit's clear. Okay, let's take that out, X. So again, I'm still on 50%, I'll put that back up to 100. Ta-da! So basically you can make a selection. Rather than hitting delete, you would go to add mask and it will automatically create a mask of what you'd selected. If you want it the opposite way around, you go Command and I to inverse the selection. So if we watch again, Command and I, so now it's the other way around. Okay, it's a bit confusing, it will take you a while to get your heads around, but never ever press delete. Once you've selected something, always create a mask, which is here. Keep experimenting and see what you come up with. Thank you.